Hi guys, welcome back to the show. This is going to be a bit of a weird one. This is a very cheap, meant to be fun, spooky game. I'm going to give this a try and I thought I'd stream it for you. Welcome to Home, a unique horror adventure by Benjamin Rivers. Apparently the guy that made this game, so I've heard, had psychotic problems. It's meant to be pretty twisted. It's a very short game, but we'll give this a go. Any pre-book will be erased. Are you sure you want to start from the beginning? Yes, start over. This is being brought to you on PlayStation 5. I would say this is in 4K, but you wouldn't believe me. All I remembered at the point was finding myself alone. Oh my head. Where was I? It was so dark. There was something by my feet, a flashlight. That house, where was I? Okay, so I can lift my flashlight up. I can't do anything else. No, it's just D-pad and up. Okay. There was a body lying on the floor. Who was it? Okay, kidoki. Stairs by the looks of it. The desk had a computer and some papers on it, and a single drawer. I didn't want to snoop, but did I open the drawer? Hell yeah. Receipts, pens, and a blurry photo looked like a store of some kind. Why did this look so familiar? Blood on the wall. It smelled fresh and sickening. I realised there was blood on my shoes and pants. Oh man, I had to get out of there. Okay. Let's go down the stairs. I noticed that I limped as I moved down the stairs. How did I hurt my leg? I wondered. All I could really recall was some calamity. Rachel. I was upset. She looked afraid. I shook my head and tried to clear it. I knew I should downstairs try to find a way out. The shelf was full of books on local history and hunting. It seemed like the owner of the house really knew the area. Okay. Another desk. An old dining table covered in dirty dishes for two people. There was dozens of beer cans on and other liquor bottles among the dishes. The smell was turning my stomach. A black and white photo looked like the man upstairs and his wife. I guess there was no reason for me to keep this. Did I take it? Yes. I slipped the photo into my pocket. Maybe it would help me find some answers. More stairs. The fuck is that? A thin grey mouse was stuck in a trap. It looked frantic, but exhausted. Did I free it? Yes. A collection of rusty tools. These looked like they'd seen a lot of use. They were getting damp and dirt. There weren't anything in the shed. Okay. A photo similar to the old one I picked up. I'd been moved a lot. There seemed to be a switch behind it. Did I push the switch? It depressed smoothing into the wall. It what? It depressed smoothly into the wall. Right. I heard a faraway click somewhere. A faraway click somewhere. Okay. Well, there can't be anything down here that is opened. It's got to be downstairs. Because there was nothing down here, was there? go downstairs. What the fuck was that? The door was taped up and seemed to be stuck. By the smell, I guessed it led to the kitchen. The switch on the wall appeared to have unlocked the door. Oh, okay. So before we go down, I want to see what else is on this floor quickly. Clock, mirror, it looked like hell. My clothes were dirty and torn and there was mud caked all over my shoes. The bathroom was spotless, everything had been wiped with a sheen. I wondered if it was the man's wife who did the cleaning or him. There was a photo developed tray laying on the floor. Some leftover negatives were sticking out, but they were pretty blurry. Treetops, okay. What the fuck is going on? The front door was blocked by a pile of furniture. I knew it had to find another way out. Alright, let's go back through the clicky door then. The box looked heavy, but there were marks on the floor. It had previously been moved before. Maybe I found a way out. I must have moved it, right? I heaved the box forwards, and it finally gave. Excellent. There was a ladder going underground where the box was. A dark smell rose from the passage. Did I climb down the ladder? You guys still watching this crap? You guys still here? Anyway, if you like what you see, hit the like button. Or don't. I can't tell you what to do. I looked again at the photo and found in the house the couple looked distant, like they didn't want to be in the same picture. Okay. I wondered where the wife was. My leg was in terrible shape, but I had to get out. Okay. What the fuck is this stuff? Footprints in the dirt look like more than one kind. And a lot of traffic. Pieces all over were marked on the old map of town. The industrial area near the river, various houses, even the water tower near the old rail station. Newspaper clippings from local paper, they were all about the murders in town over the last few years. Wait. They were photos of our house. Sorry. I'll learn how to speak English one day. What the hell was that about? Maybe I should have a look around. Maybe I'll try to find some kind of information. Maybe you did. A work table covered in papers, dirt, and a handgun. I hated guns. I didn't take it, did I? Yes, you did. I tucked the small handgun into my pocket. It was somehow assuring. Okay. Another ladder. It was so dark down there, and the air smelled stale and putrid. I couldn't believe what I saw. What was in this place? Another ladder. Can I go down that as well? Fucking hell, this game doesn't stop. Shelf. Crudely made shelves. They looked like they were holding cans of some kind of corrosive. The labels were worn and slick, but I could still see the warnings. Another ladder. A cage. A cage. It was small, but the cage was something coated in the bottom. Something wet. Ugh, it's got spit on it. Right, so we've got ladder, shelf, ladder, another ladder. What the fuck is this? It just looked old and was caked with grime. It was a stack of old faded paper covered with what looked like names. They were scratched out and illegible notes were written beside them in faded blue ink. I could only make out a few letters. Okay. None of it made sense to me. Excellent. So I've got ladders galore in that room. This doesn't look good. Bones half dug into the ground and the remains looked old. The faded clothes stuck up amongst the dirt looked familiar. They looked like the clothes that woman was wearing in the photo I found. Was this the man's wife? Okay. Ladder 1, ladder 2. Some kind of handmade rack slung together with purely cut wooden rope. It was caked with old blood. Something didn't actually use that, did they? Some kind of old boxes. They look like they were years old. Wait a minute. These boxes had old clothes in them. Clothes I remembered throwing out after Rachel and I moved to town. What the hell were they doing there? Okay. The fuck is that noise? Ugh, what is that up there? Are they bats? Sick. I remember noticing the broken ladder. I had to be careful. Okay. I do remember if I jumped down there or found another way. It looked to be a long way. Did I jump down? Maybe there was some other way to get down there without risking any more injury to my leg. I don't think there is, man. I don't think there is. There's no jump button, and you can't exactly do... I'm going to jump down. Wee hee 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 hee. Oh man, my leg hurt. I was leaping even worse than before. I could hear some sort of faint humming noise up ahead. Walk out a bunch of old newspapers put together. The message had been hastily smeared on it. Keep out, danger due to caving. Excellent. Let's go through here then. Oh shit. The gun was heavily and uncomfortable in my pocket. I didn't help ease the dull ache in my leg. I opened the metal door and was glad to have the slick, wet walls of those tunnels behind me. What was the man upstairs to... As the musty scent of those rock walls was replaced with an altogether different smell, I braced myself. That's definitely a thing up there. An exposed ventilation shaft. Maybe someone crawled through there, but it was too high up. Must have been a sore landing. What's this? There was dirt on the ground. It looked wet, and there was grass smeared within it. Ugh. Before we go up, we'll see what's through here. I could hear a faint, trickling sound like water. What was that? It might be water, you know. A kitchen knife covered in drying blood. Thinking about it made me sick. I didn't want to touch it. Did I take the knife? Yes. I slipped the knife in my boot since I had the gun in my pocket. Did I really need all this? Right, that says exit with arrows pointing on it. The fuck was that? Now I've got 1, 2. The fuck? Four, okay. 4, 3, 2. This has got to be 1. Yeah, 1. Wasn't sure, but I thought it was some kind of regulator. I had no idea how it worked. What's in here then? I must smell from inside. So... exit. Rusty ladder sunk into the water, which smelled disgusting. I know I couldn't climb down that. Maybe I could find a way to drain the putrid water. Right, so that's what we've got to do now. The police might think it saw me. Okay. So that's got the ladder in it. So let's have a little think about this now. That's locked. 1, we need to drain water from this. Could turn this water valve to shut off the flow. Did I turn it? Hear that? That's gone quiet. See, that's off. That's the last one. If I should turn this one more time. What? I turned off the water to the valve. Right. So now we can't hear any noise. Let's see if that works. What the fuck is this? The water drained out of the grate in the wall. There was a small metal key left floating in the shallow pool of rancid water. Did I take it? Yes, you did. I pocketed the small key, but it was so odd shapes. I had no idea. Poster had definitely seen better days. How old was the facility? Another door, ladder. Faint light within. Door. Whoa, was that a camera? So there was a security camera in the room. There must have been a way to see what had happened. Ooh, spooky. Is that a dead body? Yep, I found another dead body in the sewer worker by the wounds all over his face and body. I figured he'd been stabbed repeatedly. There was a key ring sticking out of the man's pocket. Did I take it? I thought about the knife I had found with some discard and carefully picked the keys from his pocket. I was almost worried he was going to grab me. Okay. Let's get the fuck out of here. I had to climb even more, as you would need the gun, the knife in my way home for picking them up. Okay, I wondered what it was in the locked room. Should I have gone back to check? Perhaps it didn't matter. So eager to escape, I almost brushed my hand facing the top of the ladder open. As I lifted the heavenly lid above me, frantically, the smell of that sewer gave way to the dark scent of pine trees. Okay, we're free. What is that? The lids had fallen on the entrance there and were stuck shut. Right, so that's where I came out. Let's see eyes then. I did. See a ladder. Okay, let's see if we can get up this ladder first. An old ladder leading up to an ancient water tower. The ladder needed to be extended so I could climb it. Did I extend the ladder? Yes. Right, let's go up. In a patch of smeared dirt and grass, there was a beat-up old wallet. I thought it was mine. Did I take it? Yes. I slid the filthy wallet into my back pocket. I noticed it didn't contain any kind of gun permit. In fact, it didn't contain any cards or ID of any kind. I thought I should recover my credit card and driver's license at least. From the railing I could see over the woods and town to the entrance to the sewers. I had come through there before. If I had someone definitely could have seen me. Right, okay. What's in here? I tried the little key I had fished out of the murky puddle in the sewers. It fit and had opened the door. I said, alright, okay. I think this way, no. Okay, we got a house. An old train station was quiet as a tomb. The only sound was that of the increasing wind. Door there. An old map erased in glass hung on the wall. It was the train routes connected to the old station. As I looked at it, it seemed familiar. The course on the map I found in those tunnels had familiar locations marked, and the notes I found on the other man's bookshelf. His notes mentioned the water tower and even this train yard. What was he doing coming back here? The fuck is this? An old train was ripped open and hanging from a shred of metal. As well as the broken fence was a dark stone branch closed. It looks as if like some kind of sort of train. In bullet marks. Was somebody shooting there? The ground was well worn through. I couldn't really make anything out. I realised I was touching the gun and I found it as I thought. I had to keep moving. Okay. Noted. Ancient ticket booth was falling apart and covered in dust and grime. Stacks of papers lined the counter, faded remains of old schedules and reports. Among the papers were newer looking sheets covered in scribbles, eligible notes. Come to think of it, the man in that house had kept familiar scribbles hidden on his bookshelf, and he had notes on the water tower outside too. I guess he could have been coming here, but why? What was he using this old station for? Ooh. Okay, I think we're done with this place then. This must have been the entrance to the forest that was mentioned on that map I had seen. Whoever was poking around in those tunnels underneath that man's house had scrambled. Notes on this place, but I couldn't make them out. Pointed at the various walking paths within the woods. It mentioned a river and maybe a washroom, but the rest was too faded to see clearly. What the fuck? Whoa, hang on a minute. Before I go cutting through stuff, hang on a minute. 1, 2. I've got 2. bushes here I can cut through. Right, one. The fuck is that? Trampled into the dirt and grass was a plastic card of some kind. I brushed it off. It was surprised to see it was my credit card. I wasn't sure if it was still usable, but it was mine. Did I take the back of it? Yes, you did. Credit card. Hopefully I could find my driver's license too. Alright, there's another bush here. Through the fence I could see a decapitated outbuilding. I wondered if I could find a way around. Should we keep going? That's where we came in, isn't it? Yeah, let's go through this one again. Oh fucking hell, so it's the middle bush. There was a fire pit there. It was still a bit warm, but a few embers still burned at the bottom. 2 folding camping chairs were on the ground. One was knocked over. Of cans of beer spilled on the ground. Somebody was just here. A cheap dome tent. Slept 2 people. I shone my flashlight inside. I could see some bedrolls, 2 backpacks and a cooler. It felt like if I kept rooting through the campsite, someone would walk in on me. Shit, so it's the middle one we wanted. So let's go through this one, to see where this goes. Hear that? What's that? Some personal effects shoved back into the rock. Wait. There was a notebook there too. Did I read it? Inside the cheap dollar store notebook was a worn page of names and lists. None of it made much sense. The newest page contained several names. Heather, Olivia. That's the list we had before. Her name was the last on the list and had a mark beside it in blue ink. Her name... Okay. Now I am fucking lost. Through the hole. It's the middle one we want, but what's through this one? The fuck are we? No. Where are we? It's just a public toilet. Small patch in it that looked like someone's clean. Toilet. What the fuck is that? A musty wooden plank popped up the stall door. It didn't really seem useful. Did I bother to take it? Yeah, go on then. Why? But I took the plank. Okay. Now you feel a plank. Right, let's go. I'm gonna get killed with these shitty jokes. Right, back through here, back through the hole in the bush, and then back through the middle one. Yeah, back through there. No, that was wrong. You see, must have been the exit to the other side of the woods. I finally found the exit. Once I left, I knew whoever wanted to return there. Thought the dense trees could finally start to see some light. I must have been at the edge of the forest, so I wasn't sure where the path ahead of me led. I could almost feel the notebook in my pocket as I tried to think about what I could mean. And then, would I meet them too? Through the path ahead of me was less dense. I still This is getting a bit spooky now. I kind of like it, to be honest with you. It's been years since I've seen graphics like this on anything. As I stepped through the gate, I suddenly recognised the auto parts factory where I had worked as a machinist for those years. The plant had closed almost 3 years ago. New times were better then. I thought I could hear a faint rustling behind me. Maybe it was the wind. Sorry if my reading skills are shit, okay? I do apologise, but alright, I've got a hole or door? What are we doing? Hole, door, hole, door. Let's go hole. shit. I made a mistake. I found the body of the security guard just doing his job, no doubt. His face was covered with blood from some kind of head wound. I wondered, was this flashlight his? Dug into the ground was a cracked old watch. First my wallet, and now this. Did I retrieve my watch? Yes, you did. The watch was useless, but I put it in my wrist anyway. Ah, shit, what the fuck was that? Before I go up the stairs, we're just going to... One of the lockers hung open. It contents were tossed around like someone had been looking for something. Had been picked through in a few photos. Notes had been ripped off the door and spread around. Okay. Door was locked shut and there was a little electronic box under the handle. A signpost at the front that said danger, closed for repairs. Okay. The fuck is this thing? There was a large power box with 5 lights on it. Cables burst out of the box, sneaking off and out of parts of the factory. Starting to wear and the cobwebs had collected on the corners. The box wasn't receiving power. The door was locked. Right, so we're going up the stairs. It seemed to be connected to the power box beside it. Right, that's a no-brainer. Going up or down. Every part of this plant smelled old and rotted. I noticed the old bulletin board on the wall. Yeah, more stairs. Contain yellow clippings of newspapers, cartoons and notices. There were notes to the front of the worked here. One of them was Norman. Power panel looked like it was shut off. Did I push the switch? Another locker. Scratched out, her face was unrecognisable. Looked like it was shut off. Did I push it? Ah, okay, that one's on. That's not on. Stairs there, another table. There's nothing here. So, do we come up or down here? Yeah, this is where we were. And we've got 2 lights. Right, okay. I've gone down the wrong stairs. Right. Have been hastily boarded up. Right. Norman's lock at the door was dented like someone had punched it. I didn't remember him doing that when we worked here. There. Another panel. I hope it could help me to get the power back on. That's on. Bookshelf. Shelf crammed with mismatched tools and items. There was a claw hammer on the shelf. Did I take it? Yes, you did. So we can use that hammer now to take the boards off the door. It's still going. The locker was a complete mess, hidden at the bottom. An empty card. Did I take it? That's the card we need for the thingy-me-bobby. I hope it could help me. Did I push it? I need to push it again. that. That sounds like we have power. Now I've just got to remember where the fuck I'm going. The wooden door was here. This was my locker. In the factory I sunk the booze and there was a picture of Rachel on the inside. It looked like it had been torn up. I thought I had taken that picture home where the factory closed. An empty booze bottles. I wonder if that was the man of the house, something had to do with it. He sure had a lot of alcohol at his place. Going down. Can't remember where the fuck I'm going. This wasn't the one that had the door at the end of it, was it? I bet it wasn't. Seemed like we'll pass through this reader. Did I use the key card? Yes. Through the old reader and turn the handle. Where the fuck does that go? Ventilation hatch there. It looked like I could jump to the bottom. Did I damage my leg? Yeah, do it. Go on. My leg was shooting with pain. I wasn't going to be able to move too quickly on it. Oh, bummer. Well, this is the door we couldn't get through, right? Glad to be rid of its smell and its memories. I could stop thinking about that room with the bottles in it. Glad I found outside really drinking up there. What about Norman? And who had rooted through all those lockers? I couldn't tell where I was as I looked around, but I figured I needed to get to a road and get to my bearings. Maybe Norman could help. He sure wasn't far from the... Right. No idea where I'm going. Bin was a disgusting mess of rotten food and stick black bags. I saw a thin greenish corner poking out of one of the bags. It was my driver's license. It looked damaged. Should I take it? Yes. I cleaned the card off as the best I could. It looked pretty beat up. I was amused to have found the code card on this. I took the card into my wallet and next my code. Okay. I was worried it was going to start raining again. I'd entered Norman's place. This was the back of the store that he ran. Quiet except for the faint sound of a television. We need a key. Going up. What the hell? One of my Rachel's old autumn coats hung on a rack. This was Norman's bedroom, wasn't it? What was this doing here? Oh, she was having an affair. It was a small but impressive collection of hunting rifles, shotguns and even a few items. I didn't think they were legal here. One of the slots of the rack was empty. The gun I had found seemed to match the others there. If the handgun was Norman's, what the hell was it doing with it? The gun would fit there. Did I place it back in the cabinet? I carefully pushed the piece back into place and felt great. Cool. That's blood. The TV's still flickering some channel. Oh no, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Norman, my co-worker and one of my few friends I had in this town. lay dead beside his armchair. His face and shirt were covered in blood. It looked like he'd been shot trying to get up. His eyes were wide with shock. Thought they were already drying. Norman, what was Rachel doing here? Why did you have her coat? Norman, maybe you deserved better. Probably did. Did I close his eyes? Yes, I closed his eyelids down suddenly. I wasn't sure if he wanted to give me peace. The kitchen trash bin smelled fresh, didn't dig through it. Yes, she did. I found a hairpin amongst the rotting food and trash. Pocketed it. What was this? It looked like a pull chain hanging from the ceiling. I wondered if it pull it. Yes. A single tug and a simple folding ladder and it popped down. Oh wow. Let's go. TV, bondage, whips, chains. Cardboard box, it hadn't been sealed. Did I open it? More of Rachel's things. More of my wife's clothes. Photos, shows, even the old radio I gave her. Why, Rachel? What were you doing here with Norman? I think we've done up here now, haven't we? I think. To pick the lock. It was small, but it was clean. I had the usual things, postcards, snacks, magazines, and canned goods. I never went there much. Rachel suddenly stopped by after work if we needed anything. The register was mostly empty, and a fat stack of travel magazines sat beside it. Okie dokie. The icebox seemed to be unplugged. It must have been off for a while. Most of its contents were half melted. There were vision postcards from the area, especially from the tourist traps. One of the postcards showed an old black and white photo of the water tower. It looked to be in much better shape than. Since I'd last seen Norman, and finding him that way still left me cold. Thinking of him slumped against that chair only cemented my assurance of again. It looked like one I had taken the piece from his store. But why was it in those tunnels? I stepped outside. I felt like I had only discovered more questions, no answers, but I was close to home. It was time to find out the truth. Okay, I've got a gate there, and a gate there, gate there. Jesus Christ, okay. I think that was the first gate, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. It was locked. It wasn't the right gate. I could have done this the first time, really, couldn't I? Oh, shit. Don't know, but her handwriting looked familiar. I looked deep in breath and tore open the package. Norman, I'm sending this to you in a letter because I'm afraid to tell you this in person. What we did, well, it was wrong. My husband isn't an easy man to be with, but he is my husband, and your friend. I need some time to sort this out anyway from you both. I'm going away for a while. I'm going to tell him. See, she was having an affair, I told you. Norman, so why don't you think you can hold that against me? Maybe we'll work it out. I'm not sure I even want to, but he deserves at least that much. Goodbye. And goodbye. No idea where I'm going. Gave me a terrible sense of forbidding, and it chilled me through my clothes. I wasn't also afraid. Okay. Was my own breathing, raging stains. Switched by the door, the power was off. Heavy breaths, tears, very terrible. That was yesterday or sometime before. Okay. Another door, stairs. Small pile of mail on the floor in front of her. I don't know how long it had been away. I hadn't. Rachel picked this up. Most of the contents were bills. Credit card bill there. Did I open it? Yes, I ripped open the bill and read it. To my surprise, it said something about cancelling my credit card due to the non-payment. What the hell? The front door was locked inside. I couldn't go out. I needed to see if Rachel was here. Okay, let's try the door. The door in the basement was locked. I had to put the damn key. Make me feel terrible. Did I keep it away? Yes, I replaced the photo in my wallet, feeling like I had got part of my life back. Still, the image made me uneasy. Why? Our television, I purchased it before I knew I was going to lose my job. I felt pretty guilty about it afterwards, but then it was too late. I think we're going up those stairs now, aren't we? That's locked, isn't it? Yep. I think this is right. The books were half mine, half Rachel's. But I looked more closely, it looked like the man on the house of some kind. Okay. My wife's Rachel's suitcase was sitting on the bed. It was closed, but I had a feeling that it would open it. It contained clothes, toiletries, and a train ticket. Going to do with Norman. Our hallway mirror had been smashed. Its pieces shattered around the floor. To be replaced. One of the taps always stung. Enough to get to the house with one of those claws-footed bathtubs. It seemed impractical at the time, but it was part of what made this house home. You seen it? Oh, okay. The ambience is driving me mad a bit. My laptop had been left on and only had a teeny bit of power left. On the screen was the website about Old Water Tower. There was a key on top of the drawer on the desk. Did I take it? Yes, I pocketed the key. Right, where the fuck did I have to go with that key? That was down here. I unlocked the basement door. old Christmas decorations in the box. Garbage bags with stuff with old paint cans, supplies, was an old dirty key here, did I take it? Yes. And tried to remember what it unlocked. I know what it unlocks. Old clothes, tools and other things were previously been thrown out. I put this divider wall last summer so we could create a separate room at the basement. I hadn't finished it yet, so the door was stuck and the drywall was poorly installed. I might have been able to break through if I had found something heavy through, okay? That key was up the stairs, wasn't it? I mean that key, that door. I found the basement and locked the door. Old crowbar on the floor. Yes, you did. I lifted up the heavy crowbar. Oh, wait, right, cool. Back to the basement. And we're going to smash the drywall in. Should be fun, shouldn't it? As soon as I can remember how to get to the fucking basement. This was the basement. As I stepped through the broken wall, my breath caught in my throat. This was it. Was Rachel down there? Was she okay? A filthy looking pile of rags had been dumped in the corner. It was awful and made my eyes water. Turning touched the pile to see what was lying within, but I knew I had to come this far. After all this searching, after all I'd seen, when I looked within the rags, did I finally find my Rachel? I'm going to say yes. Oh no, my hands trembled as I pulled back the layers of clothes. There at the centre, under all the dirt and mess, was my beloved, my Rachel. Her arms were bruised all over and slashed repeatedly. Her clothes were ripped and torn, and even through all of that sickening blood, it was obvious she had been stabbed to death. The knife had carried all this way suddenly seemed like a poison. What had happened, Rachel? Who did this to you? I thought about all I had seen, and wondered if any of it could help me figure out who had done this. And when I couldn't stay there any longer, I stepped away on sharky legs and made my way back upstairs. I was exhausted from my journey. I could no longer resist the urge to close my eyes. Fuck is that? It was my wallet with its contents intact. Either I dropped that stuff or somebody else did. Maybe I was sleepwalking again, or maybe someone stole it from me. Norman stole it at Forest Water Tower. Was I at those places before? Could have happened either way. I must have been there. But what does that mean? Old photo of the man and his wife. I found it in that house. I recall a family mate I found deep underneath his house. What I'd done there. What did I think? Was the man involved in this whole mess somehow? Yes. Definitely. Those tunnels and the old tools in his house and the remains of his wife. He wasn't innocent, that's for sure. So I'm going now, right? I'm leaving. That's right, innit? I think this is the front door. Nope. Where? What's that? I had taken from the postbox. Rachel, we were really having an affair with Norman. But why? I didn't think things were that bad. In the letter, Rachel seemed concerned. She almost seemed worried of what Norman might do. Did he? Did he do that? And that bastard, he killed her for it. A lot of it made sense. Norman was clearly seeing Rachel a lot, so he had plenty of time to plan it out. He knew we were lived, obviously. Scared when I came home that day, what had happened to me. Norman knocked out or something. From now on, I'd have no one to get angry with me for stupid things like buying this TV. Just thinking about things like that made me sick. Okay. I'm trying to get out of here now. The music is driving me bonkers. Right, front door. Male sitting there on the floor, and I'm in Rachel being in the basement. Not until I had thought about some more. I needed some answers. Okay. I don't think I've missed anywhere. Sat on the floor. I used to keep tax records and important things in it. I used to have a password lock. I didn't have the code. Maybe I left it somewhere. But I'd taken from the forest. My name had been written down. I saw scratched out on the old desk, deep within those rusting doors. It was a man in the house for years. I think I've been everywhere now. I think I've done everything, haven't I? Wait a minute. I'm pretty sure I've done everything. Yeah, I've been in here. But who killed him? Yeah, and this is where I started. So there's actually nothing else here for me. Grimy glass was the only shadow. Yeah, there's actually nothing else here for me. Ah. Wait a minute, there's a safe. So can we get out of here now? Where was this safe? That's not it, is it? The code I found should have let me access the safe today. Until I guess this was a good time as any to see what was inside. Yes, you did. I tore open the envelope and removed the yellow lined paper inside. On it was a letter written in a hand familiar. Whole event was probably been pretty difficult for you, I imagine. And for me too. Well, maybe you can. Okay. As well as I do, that things quickly changed from drinking one thing and well, it was clear you didn't need